want to take this opportunity to welcome the National Executive Committee of SALGA, our international guests, MECs, premiers, ministers, and deputy ministers. And finally, we would want to take this opportunity to welcome the President of the Republic of South Africa, President Jacob Zuma. I'm going to invite that we have the roll of honor.
We are here today to look back at 15 years of democratic local governance. I'd like to echo the words of our president and say, indeed, we have a good story to tell. So what that means
What it means is that we have a lot of work to do. While we are having nice conferences, the world is changing. People are moving on with their lives. There are many different stories. We are tired of this story you're busy telling each other. Yes, there have been some achievements, but the changing dynamics and demands on infrastructure require us to actively review development plans, spatial plans, land use management processes with an eye on anticipated future demands.
I'm now going to invite the minister, and then the president will follow.
But I'm here to very briefly introduce the president to you. He's here today at your National Members Association or gathering in order to once again communicate to you the importance of putting people first, the importance of listening carefully and communicating with people, the importance of understanding that democracy is not there for its own sake, but democracy is about the public good and the public interest.
Thank you for the opportunity to address the South African Local Government Association National Members Assembly today. We have come together because we recognize the importance of local government as the sphere that is closest to our people. We have chosen the theme for this year's National Members Assembly. The theme reminds us of the progress that the country has made over the past 20 years. Let us reflect on specific elements of the progress we have made in building a non-racial society and the promotion of reconciliation. Some of the lessons can be found in many municipalities across the country. There are municipalities that are functioning effectively with effective political and administrative systems, with strong internal audit and financial management structures. These municipalities are characterized by clean administration, where the staff complement as a collective prioritize fraud prevention and risk management. I would therefore like to congratulate all municipalities, the councillors, and the municipal staff who have made a difference in changing people's lives. Every municipality in South Africa must be fully functional and efficient for the sake of our people who need reliable and efficient services. Local government exists to serve the people. I wish you fruitful deliberations and a successful assembly. You must always remember that working together, we could move South Africa forward. Thank you very much indeed.
And as you may know, in December also, you will host AfriCities, the most important regional meeting of local governments. And we expect in Paris that at the conclusion of your meeting here in Johannesburg, you bring to us in Paris the voice of your cities on climate, because we have no such experience, no such expertise, no such testimony on climate than the one of African cities.
Ladies and gentlemen, I wish to extend warm fraternal wishes from your many local government colleagues in the 53 Commonwealth countries worldwide. South Africa and SALGA have played a leadership role in local government both in Africa and in the Commonwealth, and your concept of developmental local government was adopted as a guiding principle for ZLGF members in 2013. As our programs undertaken in collaboration with partners such as UNDP, the EU, DFID and the New Zealand Aid Programme grow, we look to South Africa and other Commonwealth members to provide guidance, leadership and we hope resources to strengthen our common goal. In closing, can I wish you all the very best for your conference, and can I offer a small presentation to the chairperson of SALGA and a fellow board member, and wish him all the very best for a successful conference. Thank you.
Local action, local leadership. Local action, local leadership. Batho beso matlogosha mabapi re bapile le lona a re emenokeng le tleng conference ye le tle go la hatseng la kgomo le mabele re tla go thusana morwalo o re tla go ithuta ba rotlhe. May God bless SALGA, may God bless South Africa as we continue to move our agenda forward. May God bless local government.
We are a unique region, and we are saying the future of this world depends on the future of Africa. I am confident that, as you know, all business is local. In you, we have the future of Africa, and in you, I'm sure we will build it.
Ladies and gentlemen, municipalities must of course be held accountable on their core function. They have to do the things that they have to do in line with our constitution. And we in provincial and national government must also be held accountable by municipalities on those things we have to do, so that we avoid dumping stuff on them when those things have to be done by us. With these few words, I would like to welcome all of you to the Gauteng City region and wish this important assembly tremendous success.
What do you see on the horizon? What are you dealing with these days, 15 years of local government in South Africa?
That local government has a primary responsibility to ensure that it provides the most basic services in a manner that's efficient, but that it accepts that its responsibility extends beyond that our responsibilities are in their very nature transformational and developmental, and that our responsibilities include thinking about the future and transforming our cities into cities that are livable and sustainable.
Because of so-called service delivery protests, there's a generalized feeling that local government is a failure. So it depends from what is the perspective you're looking at it from. But I think in a post-revolutionary, post-colonial society, in a mere 20 years, we have, I think, fantastically well-functioning local government.
But Mr. Musa, if I may
the point
ask
you are making, that's just the point you are making about the failures. I think that when it comes to what we called rural local governments and smaller local governments in areas where there's virtually no rate space, I think we need to revise how we look at that. Because where local government cannot raise its own revenue, it will not succeed.
But government needs to change the way it measures local government to say, are you guys beginning to confront the real issues of transformation, and what are the complications in confronting those real issues?
local government is not one of those that are outside the purview of government. It's part of the globality of government, and therefore we are able to respond to challenges that are facing communities.
It was recently announced by ESCOM that the electricity tariffs might increase. Have you discussed, or will you be discussing, how this is going to impact on municipalities? Are you interacting with your members in this regard?
And at the level of human settlements, again, we've got many of our municipalities delivering shelter to many citizens that cannot afford. And we are proud as a sector to say in 15 years progressively, many of our municipalities are doing what is expected of municipalities to fly the flag of a caring government.
This year we are marking 60 years of the Freedom Charter. We are marking 25 years since the release of Nelson Mandela and the unbanning of organizations. We are also marking 15 years of our current system of local government. And these milestones ought to make us reflect the ground covered. I want us to pause and reflect on the theme of this particular subject or this gathering, which is 15 years of a developmental local government. I do know that in South Africa, we very often assume that we already are a developmental state, not a state aspiring to be developmental. But I won't dwell on that, but also recognize the achievements of local government, because I'm often sensitive to the fact that all other spheres or tiers of government tend to abuse the local government level for all the ills of the society.
In learning from those wiser than us, we know that we cannot separate knowledge from the quest to serve the people of this nation. We have a responsibility as leaders of leaders, members of SALGA, to be the best we can be so that we can influence and direct the futures of municipalities where we all live, work, pray, and play. It is with this in mind that we introduce to you the SALGA Center of Leadership and Governance, our institutional focal point that targets executive local leadership in line with our obligations as captured in Chapter 2 of the Municipal Systems Act. So it is not just about making sure that the basics are taken care of, but also about ensuring that knowledge becomes a platform for future thinking and future decision making. It is high time that we put proper the mechanisms and chart the path for future municipalities. It is then befitting that when we celebrate 15 years of people-centered local government, we then can be able to say on that day when we celebrated 15 years, we did this by launching the SALGA Center for Leadership and Governance. It is for local government, from local government, and by local government. It is your institution. Let's celebrate it. Thank you.
Vision to reality by our collaboration across institutions, running across the power and resources to enable us to develop more coherent strategies and more effective. I'm delighted to be involved in collaboration with SALGA.
I remember what Utata Mandela said. He said, poverty is not an accident. Like slavery and apartheid, it is man-made and can be removed by the actions of human beings. That is why this Center for Leadership and Governance is very important, because we, ladies and gentlemen, must be able to remove the actions of poverty and whatever is facing us. Imagine 5 million sperms going for one egg. Only one sperm. Say noma kanjani. 15 years of local government. 20 years noma kanjani. I'm focused. Ninethemba. That one sperm hit the egg, and that's why you are here today. You made it.